Hi guys, Lemmy here and welcome back to another video. I hope you've all had a great week. My dog is climbing on my head. For this video, Percy, don't cry. In this video, you'll see all the final ink drawings I've made for Inktober this year. Next week is the YouTube Artist Collective, so please keep an eye out for that. The theme for November is Grimm's Fairy Tales, and I'm very excited to see everyone's rendition of those stories, because it's kind of like Disney took some of them and made them happy, but they weren't really happy stories. So I think that'll be a whole lot of fun to see those renditions of some classic stories that we know. So without any further ado, today's topic is about entitled YouTube artists, and I've actually gotten a few comments about this in the past. Well, many, but they're kind of sprinkled far apart and one every now and again. But today I got two different comments in two different videos regarding entitled YouTube artists. Well, namely myself, but then they kind of branch out and say everybody who has an opinion about anything is entitled and horrible. So keep an eye out on the visual of the video because I will be posting the two comments I received today. Pause the video if you need to. One of them's pretty long. I mean, I could find more like these, but then I'd really have to go digging for them. And I even struggled to find these two comments that were both made in the same day. So I think it'll give you a good general idea of what I'm talking about, but there are other comments, but I can't. Like, seriously, you can't use, like, the search feature, like, was it F3 or something? And then there's the read more, and then the scrolling, and it's really hard to find things that you're looking for on YouTube, but these two comments should give you a good idea of what we're going to handle. So, first off, I find that there's a similar theme between the two of them. I mean, obviously, it's that some people think that because a YouTuber has a large fan base that they're entitled or that they know better than someone else. And I just want to flat out say that I do not think that this is true in the slightest. I mean, some YouTubers might feel that way. You know, if you have a large backing, then that means what you're saying is more powerful or more right or more just. But I can only speak about this from my perspective because I'm only me. And all of my videos come from my perspective and my experiences in life. But I don't necessarily think that I know better than anyone else in the world. You know, I have one opinion, but that's one opinion in a sea of opinions. In fact, at the end of each video where I discuss a topic, I specifically ask you guys what you think regarding what we talked about that day. I'm very interested in knowing other people's opinions and promoting discussions between people, and I don't think that having a certain number of followers makes you any more or less right about what you're talking about, you or me. In fact, I think there will always be someone who has the opposite of my opinion who will have a huge backing as well. So having the quality or truthfulness of thoughts or opinions being validated by numbers of followers is not a credible way of measuring anything. I don't know if that made any sense. I guess what I'm trying to say is that having a ton of people backing your opinion doesn't make it any more or less valid, and it doesn't mean that it's more or less valid than someone else who has less of a backing on their opinion. There, I think that's better. I don't know. You know, and I suppose I also find it interesting that in both comments, each commenter says that they hate people like me. Essentially, they hate someone who has a platform to voice an opinion. I mean, probably more so if they don't agree with that opinion that someone voices. I mean, I don't think that if the person making the video said everything that that person wanted to hear, I really don't think that they would say they have a problem with opinions. but maybe it's just opinions that don't exactly match their own that they have a problem with. And that somehow that makes me an entitled, horrible person or something. I don't know. And I just want to take a moment and say that I don't think that there's anything wrong with making videos about topics that may have varied opinions regarding those topics. I make videos not to talk down to anyone, but to open a discussion regarding those ideas. So that's always been my goal. Like, I want my channel to be a place where we can all think about things and how we react to those things, and then discuss it with other people. You know, the whole point is to learn and grow through a supportive community. And if I ever did something that didn't promote or reflect that, like, I'm honestly very sorry, because that's not my intention coming out here. I mean, whether we're talking about making free art for friends or art teachers having a weird hatred of certain types of artwork and then pushing that onto certain kids, I mean, I never intend to be condescending. Like I say, these things are all based on my own personal experiences, and I'm pretty sure that they're reasonable, because I'm not telling people to go, burn teachers' homes down, and I'm not telling people to charge $500 for a doodle on a napkin to spite their friends. So the reality, how I see it, is that the video about my art teachers was about how you should persevere despite a teacher telling you not to pursue what you want to for a career. It's about how teachers shouldn't treat children poorly based on what type of artwork they like. Instead, they should be helping kids realize their individual potentials. And teachers aren't hired to be opinionated and exclude kids. They are hired to help each and every kid, and personal opinions of what is good or bad art movement-wise should be kept to themselves, or if they're shared as an opinion, and it doesn't negatively impact others whose opinions don't match. As for the friends asking for free artwork, this was specifically for people who get stepped on. I mean, you can do art for a friend because it's fun and it's something you want to do. And that's super kind and nice of you, and it's good and it's wholesome. But when someone begins to ask so much of you that it becomes a burden and something that you can't keep up with and you can't stop or get away from, then that's an issue. And my message was to be sure to take care of yourself. Sometimes we focus too heavily on helping others or being nice to others, and we often neglect ourselves. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. So there you have it. I'm an entitled artist, and so is everyone else, which kind of makes me sad, because it wasn't just aimed at me, but other people in the art community as well. And I think it's a very good thing that different artists have different opinions and different techniques and different thoughts, and they're all shared on the same platform. Obviously, I don't know what everyone else is saying or doing. I mean, I'm not a glorified babysitter. I have no idea what everybody says about everything. I know what some people's opinions are on certain topics because I watch those videos, but I do believe that we all have the right to an opinion, and if people want to think I'm entitled, there isn't much I can really do to change that. However, if any of my videos actually end up helping someone, I think it's worth the risk of putting myself out there to be criticized. So all in all, I guess the real moral of this video is that you have every right to feel whichever way you want to feel. No one's going to tie you down until you change your mind. But vice versa, content creators are allowed to make videos voicing their opinions as well. And that's the world that we live in. I always thought of entitled, I think of someone who thinks that everything should fall into line with what they think should happen. They should receive things that they didn't work for. They should have recognition that they didn't earn, or that other people should support or take care of them with no basis for doing so. Basically, it's believing that you have a fundamental right to special treatment. And honestly, I haven't seen anyone in the art community act like that. And from what I know, everyone works really super hard and they try to make content that will, all you guys will enjoy, or maybe even have some sort of benefit to one of the viewers. And to me, it always seemed that everyone was super grateful for the support that they received in return from their followers. So, it's like one hand washes the other sort of deal. But then again, that's just me, and I don't know how others feel. But that is the part of the video where you guys come in. What do you guys think? Do you think YouTube personalities are entitled? Do you get the feeling that they think they know better or talk down to others? Do you think that art teachers should treat students poorly if they don't like the style of artwork that is made in their spare time? If you have a family member or friend who requests artwork frequently, should you never ask for payment? Do you think that these thoughts make you an entitled person for feeling one way or another? And this is really super important, but before we go, I purposely blurred out the names of the individuals that left comments. I don't want this to be a witch hunt of any sort, so please don't go looking for anyone who left one of the 2 comments. I didn't delete the posts because I do think everyone has the right to an opinion, but if we could just keep the discussion here, in this video, I'd be super grateful. And thank you so much, everyone. I super appreciate everyone who watches my videos, comments, likes, subscribes, all of that. And I love that you all promote discussion between one another by responding to each other's comments and having real talks. I couldn't ask for a better group of subscribers, or I feel like you guys are my friends. So you are what keeps me going, and without you, I'd probably have to do something else with my life. And oh my god, I'm getting all emotional. And that is something that I think about pretty frequently, and I want to make sure that you know that I appreciate it. Oh my god, I had to pause the video for a second. Okay. You guys give me the ability to do what I love and be able to live while doing it. And I don't think there could be a greater gift. So, yeah, for real, I gotta go now. I'm a total mess. But I'll see you guys next week in another video. And I hope you all have a super wonderful week. And take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.